to the Gen Z Awards tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
I don't, you just don't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
Gen Zers are being awarded for something.
For
so
what?
it'd be nice to see.
Being young or different category?
People that are doing well in creative fields. And then there are companies presenting opportunities to Gen Zers.
Oh, nice. Love that.
I think that's what's going on. Yes.
Love that. Well, yeah, mine's not so glamorous. I am going to the cinema. And I've got a few family bits. And I've just got a walking treadmill. So I'm going to set that up, basically.
I have been looking, the one that can like go under the sofa.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me if it's good. Send me the link. I need to get one because I've been looking like actually this would be helpful for me.
Oh, serious? Yeah.
I could probably buy one. Yeah.
I just noticed that when it's raining, like I'm not going outside. I'm just not doing it. Do you know what I mean? So like I love to walk. So let me see. Hello, afternoon, guys. Welcome to LABRISH. Welcome to LABRISH. Welcome. This is where we talk about our favorite reality TV shows, and at the moment we're talking about Love Island All Stars episode 26. But before we get into that, guys, you know what to do. Book the like button, please. Get involved in the conversation. Leave your comments, especially Replay Gang. We love you guys. Thanks for your insights. You guys get extra time to do a bit more research, and we love that. Do you know what I mean? Serious. Share this with like-minded people, and also make sure you subscribe to Your Aunties Can Never, subscribe to NanaEvans.com, and Hey, it's Sade Salami. All of our links are in the description box, so you can actually do that now. You know, you can just click this link. Do you know what I mean? And do it now. You know. Who's in the house today?
We have Janelle is with us, KW and Gilda, waiting for Sonia Barley to jump on because I may need to ask you some questions.
Yeah. welcome, guys.
Hello.
This was a really bumper type of episode, kind of. So we had Joe and Joanna being dumped from the island. We had Molly and Tom go on their first date. New bombshell Adam arrived in the villa, and Chris got dumped from the island. So a lot. So guys, what is your one word to sum up this episode? Nana, starting with you.
I've got to go with bye, Chris. I'm a little sad.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. My word is childish because of Chris's behavior. He was proper childish the whole time.
Oh god. Shayla also says that she may get one of those as well. So maybe you need to set up an affiliate link.
Maybe. Let me try it out first. Because I don't want to be
try it out and let us know.
Yeah.
Sistrin is got, so KW says dead. And Sistrin says wasted opportunity.
Yeah. It was a bit of a dry, it was so weird. It was a bit dry. There was drama, but it was still a bit dry because of the cast, unfortunately. So we pick up from the dumping that's happening, and the couples have to choose from Joe, Abacus, Chris and Joe, Callum and Jess, and Casey and Eve, like one boy and one girl who's going to go home. And the rest of the islanders have to discuss, and they are discussing. And you know what I noticed, Anton, he took control immediately. Yeah, he did. And then Josh was the next person to speak, and he said Joe and Joanna should go. That's what he said straight away, And I was just like, this guy runs the villa. He must do, because it was his word and he got it. He absolutely got it.
He is the king. He actually is.
He is.
I think it's Josh is the king, and he's backed up by Tom, and then Casey by default.
Yeah.
And then Anton is like a bit of a floater.
Yeah. Callum likes him too.
Yeah. Josh is definitely like the king of that crew. Yeah, and Callum is in there as well. Yeah. And he's got his merry men. He sewed it up properly. He sewed it up like how Ty did. And the others are weak because they don't have a bank of merry men. Yeah. So he set the tone. And he went in there quickly. See, I didn't wait For any other suggestions, he was like, I'm throwing the names in.
That's it. But it worked for, it's interesting because it worked for him. But do you remember when Arabella tried to do it? It didn't work for her.
Not the queen. Molly needed to say Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it may have worked.
It's true. It's true. It's very true. So then everyone's going back and forth. Tom also agrees Joe. Anton was trying to fight for Joe. And I don't think people truly understand that Anton and Joe were in the same season. Like, so they know each other. So they must be like, oh, of course he's going to fight for his boy. Do you know what I mean? He was just saying like, you know what? I don't think he's had enough time. Alluding to him choosing Abacus was a safe decision. Do you know what I mean? Because he didn't want to ruffle feathers in other couples and stuff. Georgia S was just like fighting for Joanna. Fighting for Joanna. It was going on deaf ears though. Toby was also fighting for Joanna, saying that she's got two options, Callum and Chris as well, so she's more likely to find love. And they were just, you know, Georgia H, I don't want to send Chris home, got on Anton's nerves so quickly. He was like, no one does. No one wants to send anyone home. Do you know what I mean?
She's not good at like putting forward a succinct argument though when she's flustered. Like it's like, Georgia, like get it together. But
honestly,
either way, they weren't gonna win. Actually, like, because there wasn't enough of them, and they're not together, and that was really their problem. Like strategically, it's like obviously, they're gonna. I don't know why they were fighting for Chris. They probably should have just sacked off Chris and Joanna because they weren't going to win.
Well, this is the thing, and I think like Toby said it best. Like if you save one, then you have to save the other. Do you know? Because it's not making sense. It just didn't make sense. But no one was listening to Toby, which also just shows his position in the villa. Do you know what I mean? It's just power, like, and his alignment with Georgia S, because people don't like Georgia S. And you've made her your priority, and you actually, what do you call it? Like embarrassed another girl to do that as well. So you've gone down in the pecking order because of that. So
who would have thought though that Abacus had more pull? I was surprised at that. I didn't think she was that popular, but
in this conversation they weren't making that obvious, right? They weren't leading with that in the conversation. In the edit they weren't saying that. Do you know what I mean? You didn't hear people supporting her. They were just saying, we don't want this, we don't want that. Do you know what I mean? But like nothing for or against Abacus really. So they're continuing to go back and forth. You know, Georgia S makes the case that, you know, Casey and Eve aren't even that close, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? And like they, you know, they've just kissed in bed a little bit. Sophie then just jumps in and she's just like, you know what? I know the twins, and the twins wouldn't do this if they didn't want to, you know. And then Tom forces the vote, you know. In that, while they're, I don't even know what they were doing, but it seemed to be pausing or drawing it out anyway. Anton whispers to Georgia H, like, are you over it? And Georgia H is like, we'll speak later. So, you know, Tom delivers the news. They're really trying to push Tom to be a leader. I just don't even.
Why? You know
why?
What are they not showing us about Tom? Because all I'm getting is blank wood.
Yeah. I think that's him. I think that's him.
Somehow he seems to have some type of quality that does lead to people following him. So I don't know, maybe they literally are just not showing us. But there's something about him though. He has something about him, because I would treat him like a general, but there's something.
Yeah. I don't know, is he tall? Like what is
just his height? People are scared.
Just the bias, isn't it? Like most leaders are tall. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he is very tall. He is 6'5". That is very tall. Maybe that is a bit intimidating, just his height. So maybe he doesn't need to talk that much.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be. I don't know. But somebody said Tom has pretty privilege.
Yeah.
It may be that as well, because I'm not seeing it. He ain't somebody I'm going to listen to.
No,
maybe I need to be in his presence to feel.
Yeah, maybe there's more to him. Yeah, maybe there's more. So yeah, basically Tom delivers the news that Joe and Joanna are going home. Joe looks visibly shocked. Like, what the fuck, guys? Like, how the hell did this happen? I just think that Joanna basically caused this herself. Like, my opinion is that she didn't know how to read people. She didn't take heed to what Georgia H was saying. Go and talk to Chris first. Do you know what I mean? And I think people were like still a little bit sore from Georgia S situation. They didn't want to repeat. And also, like, what do you call it? Georgia S is your friend. You're going for Callum. Like, it doesn't take kindly.
Yeah.
It doesn't take kindly at all.
You know, you're right. I think somebody actually just wrote about the pecking order of things. Joanna was just below Abacus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably what it is. She didn't read her place. And she just needed to be Chris's girl. And maybe then it would have been Joe and Abacus going.
Yeah.
100%.
It would have been easy to do that. No, actually, the twins? It would have been one of the twins. They would have done one of the twins and Joe. Do you know what I mean? That they would have done that. That would have been
probably.
Yeah, probably.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting though. But yeah, she played herself really.
She did. She really did. She did. Aaliyah. She played it silly. She really did. Yeah, it was very, very tense. You know, Anton saying like, oh, he had no control to Joe. He whispered, "When you're controlling the whole thing."
Anton and giving up what is going on. It's like he can't help himself. He left that convo saying, okay, we're done in it here. Yeah, we're sticking by it. Then he always goes back up to the person and starts trying to vindicate himself.
Yeah.
Like, you don't learn.
He really doesn't. As they're walking out the door, Joe, being the gentleman he is, like runs and opens the door for Joanna. I thought that was really cute. And I think that Joanna is probably his first choice, to be honest. Anyway, like in terms of who you want to be with. Yeah, I think so. I think the producers told him to pick Abacus. I honestly did. Yeah. And yeah, we see Chris. So Chris and Abacus immediately have to couple up automatically. Chris is he's fuming. Abacus tries to make a light joke, you know, she's just like, oh, back to the beginning. He's just like, yeah, great, like super sarcastic, super off, sad, like the guy sad, he's Eeyore, he's sad, like he's down.
Eeyore. He was crestfallen. I can't lie, I felt for him.
Did you?
He was being petty and very immature about it, but I think his confidence was just super knocked from Joanna even pivoting away from him. I think that he was already a bit down, and this further compounded the down. And then there's a bit of Abacus's winning. And I think that was the sour grapes that he was tasting properly. It was just like, this girl is winning again. And that is his nemesis. So I felt for him. He just didn't handle it well. I wanted him to be a bit more mature. He
made it that way. I just thought, like, seriously, if you like Joanna so much, then leave. Like, you know what I mean? You're walking off sulking. Like, you know what I mean? You got choices.
But because he lost in it, that really, it's because Abacus won. It's really Abacus winning. He knows, everybody in there knew Abacus and Joe is just, they're there for convenience. So the fact that he genuinely did like Joanna, and you guys have sacked off Joanna, and Abacus is still here smiling, it's like, she's won. She beat me. That's what he's vexed about.
I believe that is part of it. He's angry at himself. He's in disbelief. Like, he's angry at people for making the wrong decision. There's a lot but I do think that he's caused this whole thing himself anyway, and for that you're childish. Like, honestly, like,
Abacus won. She set up Joanna as well. Look how Abacus was like, go for Callum.
He should have been smart. She should have been smart. Oh my god, we got a super chat.
Oh my god, we haven't had a super chat in months, guys. It's been ages. Like, thank you, Shayla.
Thank you, Shayla. You know you're my favorite anyway.
Can you tell more people that they're your favorites?
Everyone's my favorite, but Shayla, you know.
Thank you. No, honestly, I don't think we've had one since November, and that means a lot. It really does.
Thank you so much, honestly.
And I
And
want Sophie to win. I do now.
yeah.
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 Not
I'm
Josh.
backing Sophie.
I want Sophie to win.
Oh, we're definitely going to keep more content coming. 100%. No, I appreciate it. Yeah. So like when that just happened, so Chris storms off. He's in a huff. Yeah. We see Casey, Callum, the twins, and Abacus all literally thank everybody for keeping them in. Do you know what I mean? And that's when she was just like, yeah, I think I got more friends than I realized. And it's just like, yeah, because you are so self-absorbed that you couldn't even fathom that anyone would do anything kind for you. Like seriously, like honestly, this girl is a menace. Georgia H, you know, she was like feeling regretful. She was just like, you know what, I just didn't want Joanna to have any regrets. You know, I encouraged her to follow her heart, so I feel a little bit responsible. But generally, everyone's feeling very sore at this point for sure. Chris is super annoyed. You know, he's just like, you know, I'm sure there's a good reason that you guys made this dumb decision, essentially. But I don't want to hear it right now. Anton's like, we're gonna, do you know what I mean? I've had to send Joe home. Like, no one's caring about what Anton's gone through at this point. I thought this was out of order because it's his friend.
I forgot. I didn't place it, but yeah, obviously that is his boy, that is his brethren, but he's new, and in the pecking order of the guys, no one else was gonna go other than Joe.
Yeah.
Realistically. So, but yeah, I forgot about that. But who cares about Anton?
No, Georgia.
Who's Anton's actual brethren?
Georgia H.
That's it, innit? And she's loose.
Oh, and Callum and Anton seem to get on. Yeah, because because Anton kisses Callum's ass, in my opinion.
Yeah, Anton is such a little floater. It's like he's a bit of a Mitch, actually. It's probably why him and Mitch clashed. Yeah, they're similar. They're similar people.
Similar. You just bear about it. Lily saying, "Hey Nana, where did you get your jumper from?"
Oh, this is one of mine. It's going to be coming out in my new collection.
Ooh,
so, nice. This is my design. It's coming soon. Very soon.
Coming where soon?
It's going to be on my website, nanaevans.com. And it will have merch on there, and there'll be all my designs. So yeah, 2 weeks time.
Amazing. Look at that, guys. Exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we go to the exit interview, which was just so dry. It just really, honestly, what is the point? They should really just do the little video at the end, and that's it. Like, you know, when they used to come out and then just say something to camera, that's all we need. Like, do you know what I mean? We don't need more than that, honestly. So Joe and Joanna, they're chatting to Maya. Maya asks Joe, who I'm sorry, are you going to wait for Abacus? He's like, nah.
The way he said no was so feisty. He probably wanted to say, if I had stayed in, I would have moved on tonight.
Yeah. It was an arrangement of convenience. Like, don't you know that? Didn't producers brief you? Like, basically, oh my god. And then we had and then she's, I don't know, Joanna was just complaining, saying like, oh, it's a shock to me because I thought all of these people were my friends. I thought they were my friends, so you know, and I wanted to get to know Callum. Obviously I had another option in there. Me and Chris didn't really completely gel, but maybe there could have been something. If I'd stayed longer, I could have developed a connection with Callum. And I'm just like, you know what, they're not your friends, first of all, and none of them wanted to see you with Callum. That's what you can gather from this. Yeah. They don't want you with Callum. They don't think it works, you know? She didn't read it.
You know the levels of the truth in that. Like, actually, for all of their brethren.
No, look.
Oh, this is
Thank you, guys. I'll take this.
Jordan, thank you. Jordan has also given us a super chat, and he says, since Shayla is your favorite, this is for Nana.
Okay, guys, I might be opening up spots if that's how people are going. Oh, thank you guys. No, thank you, Jordan.
No,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
does.
you, Shayna, for saying my lipstick looks lush. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
You
You need to
know
drop the deets, you know. People be asking. People will be saying comments about your lipstick, to be fair. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. I need to create an affiliate link.
Yeah. See that too. Honestly. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you were saying something. What was you saying?
What was that? Yeah, about Joanna and the pecking order. Because obviously for the twins, for Sophie, the twins are her mates. So, and saying she's going to have the backing of Josh. Josh is the king. So really, Joanna needed to be able to assess the pecking order, and they're never going to want Callum to join forces with the other side. So it makes sense that, we don't want you to be with Callum, because then Georgia has strength and so does Toby, and they don't really like them. No, so she just played it wrong. But Abacus, I'm telling you, Abacus is the demon in this. Abacus set her up. Georgia was honest when she said, I feel responsible, because it's true. You should have told her to knock that on the head. But Abacus was the one that is like, she was ready to end Chris.
100%. And she did. And the thing is, you got to watch your enemies. Like, you created an enemy out of her. Like, it actually didn't have to be that way. As much as I dislike the girl, do you know what I mean? It didn't have to be that way. And she was trying to be reasonable. And Chris decided he didn't want to be reasonable. This is why, again, I feel like he needs therapy. There's something going on there. He was too vicious. He was too petty. Do you know what I mean? So he
played it all wrong. And what he needed to do was reel Joanna in earlier. And he played it like letting Joanna kind of have her free reign talking to Abacus is what took place. And maybe Joanna will be able to see this is a bit like the games. This is a game. It's a game show. She got played, and Abacus played her, and she thought that was her wing woman. She just played her.
Yeah. And he shouldn't have done that speech like that.
Yes.
He shouldn't have. He should have kept it free. He should have learned more about her in terms of what she likes, what she don't like, and played to that. But
they weren't playing the game and they got played out. But Abacus she's winning. She's winning at this. She's a little chess player.
The thing is, this is what I'm saying. It's just like, you know what? Like, I kind of rate it. Because sometimes you have to play dumb. You actually have to play dumb. Let people underestimate you and then just come out victorious. That's just how it is, man.
She played her, man. She played the two of them. Chris's little face. And what can you say? You can't really say why you're pissed. Because then that gives, but he knows, I got played out of this. She's a shame.
That's why he's mad. That's why he's so mad. He's mad at himself. Yes, KW. Yeah, Chris treated like Abacus as if she killed his dog. Yeah, absolutely. Like, relax. Like, I don't like her, but come on, bro. It was a lot. It was actually a lot.
Like her. It's a shame. It's a shame when you lose to your enemy. That's my always pain.
Yeah.
Boy. Oh boy. Chris does not know how to graft. He doesn't. Yeah, he's not got his down patter right. It's a particular type of woman that will swarm for Chris, and that wasn't Joanna. He played it wrong. You can't be quirky all the time. She ain't that girl.
Yeah. Because the thing
is, Abacus was like, "I'm gonna make your girl leave you, and you get dumped." That's what.
But the thing is, because either way, even if they both went together. What's it called? I know we're jumping, but even if like it was Joe and Chris that left, like what's his name? Adam would have still picked Abacus. Do you know what I mean? Like, so Joe would have, so the same three people would have still gone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
No, she won. She from her not being in the bottom to go, she was always gonna win, because then that is a certified for Kingpin Josh. She's another one on my side.
Yeah,
I think that's they think.
Oh yes, you know what it is. I keep forgetting. Josh don't like Chris.
Yeah, Josh is known.
He don't like it. He keeps on saying, he said it multiple times.
And you see how they kind of attract the same type of girl as well. Like, Josh is smart. He's a pillhead, but he's smart. He knew what he was doing. So
he's a pillhead.
And then like Toby's gonna be next to go. Like, he's been picking them off. He's very smart with it, but he is the king. Josh is the king of the house.
So yeah, back in the villa, Georgia S and Georgia H and Toby are walking along, and basically Georgia H is complaining that Anton did not have their backs. Like, you know, he was, you know, he weren't listening to me. He was acting like him and Joe are best friends. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, being really dismissive of everything. Toby basically is agreeing and saying, like, basically Anton just shagged the whole thing. Then you see Tom, Anton, and Josh having a bit of a conversation. Anton's like really annoyed at Georgia H, obviously, because she was threw him under the bus. You know, Casey joins. She really did. Casey joins them, and Josh basically says to him endearingly, like, I was never going to let you go. Do you know what I mean? And Casey cockily was like, I saw you three boys there, and I knew I was going to be all right.
See how they've got their alliance. It's like
they really have.
They lost it. It's such a shame, though. It really is a shame that this has taken place. But yeah, you know where Chris actually went wrong from picking Joanna over Kaz. That was the wrong move. That's when he failed, because they would have still had a holding. But played it wrong, man.
I can't believe, honestly, if he was still with Kaz, he could have stayed with Kaz and still got to know Joanna. Like, there's no way they would have picked Kaz to go home. Like, do you know what I mean? Not in that sense. They wouldn't have picked Chris and Kaz to go home in a couple. They would have been taken off the table, and everyone would agree, because everyone liked Kaz. That was Molly's friend too. Tom liked her. Callum liked, everyone likes Kaz. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
He played it wrong. Like,
he really did.
Putting his eggs in Joanna's basket. That
foolish.
was the wrong thing. And then what does she do? Try and move on anyway. You got to play the game, man. I mean, I guess there's no money, but still, screen time.
Yeah.
So that he lasted a bit longer.
Honestly. So in the kitchen, we see Casey, Josh, Molly, and Abacus. Abacus is basically saying that, you know what, I'm sorry, but there's no need for that type of reaction. I know it's like bittersweet, but you should be grateful that you're here, implying that Chris is acting like a big freaking baby.
The knife in further.
No, but she's doing what needs to be done. Like, strategically, it makes sense. Bring attention to his behavior. Look how he's treated me. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm gonna make sure that you guys know that I'm not happy. You can see it for yourself now. Like, do you know what I mean? Do what needs to be done, guys.
Bye, Chris.
I freaking love it.
It's so sad.
I actually love it, because she really did play it so well. So then Tom, in bedtime now, Tom is talking to Casey, and it's just like Chris's comment to Abacus was shit, right?
Yeah.
Casey's like, yeah, it was. Like, everybody else, you know, thanked everyone, but we didn't hear a peep from Chris. No, we did not. We really didn't. And that's you can't do that. You just can't. You just can't. You have to be
Chris.
Yeah. It was bad. And then even when they were going to bed, like, Tom asks his Abacus, like, oh, so you're gonna be in bed with Chris? And like, she reveals, like, oh no, he's sleeping downstairs. Bitch, move. Why did you do that?
Okay, now I got confused because I was loosely watching at this point, because I was feeling crestfallen alongside Chris. Why was Abacus walking around with pillows? Like, what was going on? Because I didn't get what she was doing.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they had a scene of her like bopping, and she had pillows, and she was going upstairs, and I was like, what is happening? Why are they showing us this?
You know what? Because she was sleeping downstairs with Joe. Do you remember she was sleeping downstairs? So maybe she went to go get her things.
Okay. So she was picking up her. I was, you know, when you're like, no, why are they showing us this? What is what is the next move? And I couldn't figure it out. Okay, cool. All right.
Significance and stuff. But yeah, so, and basically the boys, like Tom, Callum, and Anton, were just like, what the hell? What is going on? What is Chris's behavior like? Do you know what I mean? And then Anton whispers, we should have sent him home.
It's fair. What Anton said is fair, although obviously, you know, it's only a day longer. Right. But he wanted his boy, innit?
Anton's so annoyed right now. He's so annoyed. It's so funny. In the morning, obviously wake up time, you know, everyone's in kind of better spirits. Abacus is like, you know what, time is a healer. She's still trying to be agreeable. Like, do you know what I mean? She's trying to make the most of her situation. Obviously, this house is probably the safest house she feels in. Do you know what I mean? Because all of her people, them are there. Casey's like super happy to be there. Callum was saying that he was prepping for the worst, but he's grateful as well. Josh was just basically like, it's nice to see some people grateful, but I don't like how Chris is going on.
King Josh.
Now he said it, everyone agrees. Molly and Tom also don't like Chris's reaction. So I feel like, you know what I feel like as well, yeah? I do feel like, and I'll say the other bits in a second, but I do feel like that Chris must have caused so much of an issue the night before with the producers. I bet he spoke to someone badly. I bet he told them, like, I'm not sleeping in the same bed with Arabella, and he's not sleeping outside. So they agreed that he would sleep downstairs. Because usually if you're not sleeping in the same bed, you have to sleep outside. Do you know what I mean? But he slept downstairs. That's different. Like, that's the kind of thing out of the rules. I feel like he kicks up such a stink. They were just like, all right, bet, we've got you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it was necessarily planned that he had to go in that way the next day. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think
they made that happen to just get rid of. Yeah. I mean, he was literally foul mood, and I can imagine it was a case of he's only going to be here for a day anyway.
Yeah.
I think so. As Sistrian says, Chris was so vexed he got in bed in his clothes.
Yes. Oh yes, I forgot.
Yeah. He was that. You know when you're that.
I wrote it down. I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, even the way Toby gave him a hug, I was really like, oh, Toby, obviously this is your mate and you know he's going.
It was disgusting. It was so disgusting. Honestly. I was just like, what is this? What is this?
It was that. He couldn't even get out of his clothes.
Like a big baby.
He said he's gonna walk. Something though, but yes, there was a kerfuffle that night. I think Chris was, and they probably was like, just sleep on it because they knew you're going tomorrow anyway. But
you got to remember, this guy, has been in the Barbie movie. Like, you know, he thinks better of himself.
Yeah, it's fair.
He was on the trajectory. He was convinced to do this, and now he's like, "What? You want me to sleep in a bed with her?" No.
And it's fair. It's fair. That is his enemy. He just lost. I understand. He just lost. He played it wrong, and such is life.
It's too funny. I was laughing at this point as well. Chris was making me laugh. So yeah, they get a text. Wait, hold on. Is there any other more opinions? I don't know. Georgia Esther was just saying about her and Anton were butting heads. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a lot. Toby was saying it didn't make sense to keep Chris, but we knew that already. Yeah. So then get a text, and Molly and Tom get to go on a date. Finally, Josh, though, however, is proper jealous and says so. And I'm just like for real, though, honestly, what did him and Sophie have to do to get some freaking screen time? Do you know what I mean? A date, a hideaway.
Although, what is going on with Sophie's hair?
You know what, Sophie?
Because what is that? Explain to me what the hairstyle is. Because each time I look at her, I'm like, what's happened?
She's trying to do what, the crinkled look?
No, like it looks like Kenya King. You know when she used to get that weave? That's what her hair is.
No.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes the thought it comes out before I've been able to censor. Sorry, but explain to me her hairstyle, please.
I think she doesn't have the tools, and I think that she probably maybe gets her hair more professionally done on a regular basis. That's what I think. So I think she's struggling. Yeah.
So she just doesn't know. KW says her hair is up in the clouds. It's so high.
No, it is. But we love Sophie. Her route to revenge. Hey, Ray.
Each time she came up, I was like, Sophie, what the hell?
Yeah.
But we have not seen Sophie. We haven't.
She's cut out the edit. I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe Josh is complaining too. They're just like, wait for it. Maybe they're just hold on.
Let us save you for the later weeks.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Erin has a question. She says, "Hi, ladies. Do you think Chris was being nasty to Arabella? Because I don't. This sympathy for whites on Twitter is maddening. Ain't we forgetting Yowande's tears, her devastation after months of fiending?"
Well, no, right. I think everyone knows I don't like Abacus at all. Do you know what I mean? And until she fully apologizes and is genuinely sorry for how she treated you one day, she will never find peace, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So just put that there. But like, they're both white, innit? Do you know what I mean? So, this is white on white crime.
It is white on white crime that we was watching.
Yeah. They're white crime. I think he has gone a bit too far. Like, do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's just like, yes, you can be upset. You are definitely entitled to your feelings and everything like that. But it's just optics, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? When someone's already down, like, don't kick them further. Do you know what I mean? Especially when they're trying to be apologetic as well. So it's just like, I don't think it's the same as like Georgia S, where she's saying, I'm sorry, and you're not sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not sorry. But at least Abacus, even called her by a real name, imagine. At least she is trying to just manage it. She's not trying to go out of her way publicly to make Chris's life a living hell. But it seems like Chris is, unfortunately.
I go counter that. I think Chris wasn't horrible to her. I think he just set a clear boundary. It's off, leave me alone, because he didn't want to mess with her anymore because he had her number. Abacus played it better than Chris. And I think that's what I'm sad about, that Chris didn't really realize who his opponent was, a white woman who can weaponize her tears. And he fall foul, and lots of people do. But Chris was definitely a part of Yowande's justice, and I wanted him to win, but he didn't have the numbers. He wasn't playing the chess game properly, and Abacus was. So yeah, I'm sad for Chris, and he just needed to be better. Abacus is absolutely an enemy of all the progresses of the world.
I'm not rooting for her. I'm absolutely not, but I'm also not rooting for Chris either. No. Chris is like, I feel like he needs help. I feel like he needs therapy. I feel like he needs to get some things together, and then he would stop being a petty little bitch. Like, seriously, sometimes just rise above, innit? Do you know what I mean? He did not have to say what he said at the dumping. He didn't have to say that. Like, do you know what I mean? When they were like, "Oh, you're together now." Do you know what I mean? That's my comment. Keep that, swallow that.
That's he needed to play it better, but he was pissed. He knew. It's at that point he was like, I've lost. It weren't even about Joe. It was just Abacus won. And I think that's what pissed him off more. So he couldn't hold on to his emotions. Like, she had won. Imagine your enemy has just won. They really did beat you. Piss you off.
Right.
Yeah, she was still plotting behind his back. Abacus has been plotting from when he dropped her. She has been plotting how to get him back. And it started from Sophie. She has been plotting. He needed Kaz. Like, they're very stupid.
He needed Kaz. Yeah, he needed Kaz. I just don't. I think I've had problems with some parts of Chris's behavior throughout this whole process. I think the way he handled Molly was too much. The way he was on Sophie as well was just too intense. Like, he done the same thing to Joanna, but he turned up the intensity. Do you know what I mean? So that's just telling me that there's stuff that you need to work out, and you didn't have your eye on the ball. You didn't realize, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you've triggered this woman, and she's like, I'm gonna catch you back, yeah, and you're just like, oh no, I'm with Joanna now.
I hope everybody learns a lesson from this. the metaphorically and realistically, what takes place when you go up against a white woman. You can't take your foot off.
You can't take your eye off the ball,
no. And what we just saw, how that goes down. So
twice, to be honest, because we're seeing it with Georgia S as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. So it's just like, yeah, this is like, I don't know if this is the graduation of the school of Karens or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
This is why the Facebook mums are loving it, because they identify. They are literally like, this is our MO too. And it's like, it's just a shame. That,
even Georgia H, I don't believe it for a second. I'm sorry. She's just got plausible deniability. That's all. Like, she's just got like a get out of like, oh, you know, because I done it too, and I took a step back, and maybe she did the same thing. Joanna's competition for you too.
and you would know it. You see that half step of, but she gave the game away in being like, oh, I feel responsible.
Yeah,
because should have shut her and look.
Like shut your mouth.
She gave the game away. They like knew, oh, this is, we can get her out. You at this point, they're all doing maths. They know how quick it is that they're going to be leaving. Joanna was fodder to get dashed out.
Yeah.
At some point, we're going to see the duel between Abacus and Georgia H and Georgia S. Because one of them, they're going to start going as well.
Georgia S.
Yeah. They can pick her off faster, definitely, if Georgia H gets her head in the game. So, or it could be Georgia H and Anton going. But now we're down to it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Battle of the Whites.
So going back to the date.
Ebenezer says Nana has a crush on Chris. I don't. He was just a part of Yorande's Avengers team.
Don't try it, because
his hair isn't curly enough for me. Like,
you got previous, mate.
No, I do. I need more curls though. It was a bit too
floppy.
Yeah.
What did you think of what do you call it? What's her name? Molly's dress. Did you like it? So it's a little bit frivolous, but the red.
I did actually. I think I've liked what Molly's been in of late.
Yeah.
I think I like her. I was watching Sorrel breaking down what they've been wearing. Funny, obviously she's an eBay ambassador, so it's very positive. But I noticed that she doesn't have a lot of people to draw on each time she does it. It's like Callum and Molly. that's the style, and Kaz. But everybody else has been shoddy.
Yeah, it's been bad. It has been bad. We see Cal and Jess have a nothing conversation. Basically, them just saying, oh, Joanna's gone, so we're going to crack on. But you was going to crack on anyway. One thing I will say, that very minor detail, is that I like her eyebrows because they match her hair color. And it's very hard to get that right. And she done a good job. So, yeah.
I think I actually am growing to like Jess's face. I find her kind of cute-ish. Eve, irritated. I can't take that plastic. It's just too much and too shiny. But Jess, I feel like it's just like better put together. I don't think she's comparable to Molly, but I think that Callum may have a bit of a type. I can see why he seems so jolly with her. There's something there. Yeah.
It's like
she's growing on me ish, as much as somebody can that you don't care about can grow on you. You know, she's
not offended you.
Irritating me. Yeah.
Molly and Tom's date was by a poolside on a cliff. It seemed like looking over a lake. Beautiful.
Gorgeous view.
Yeah, very, very nice view. Their conversation was the same as all of their conversations. You really surprised me. You're mature for your age. You tick every box. That was the conversation. Nothing more. Oh, he added the bit that he's moving up north. So yeah, there was. So that was nice.
I was like, and you see when they were just in the pool, I just kept on thinking, your feet must be really wrinkly now. That's all I kept on thinking was, this doesn't feel like a comfortable date to me. I'd be like, well, our feet are just getting wet.
It was so weird. Like, I just think like the water didn't look the right colors to me. I was just like, what is it? It looked like a Lido to me. Like, I was just like, this is strange.
And it probably was that, you know, if the camera had panned round, there's probably a whole load of people watching that. Again, it looked cheap. Can they have something like, you know, like, can they go on a date with food, drink?
And it was the same location, right? Because that lake was the lake that Abacus and Chris went on their boat.
Yes.
because the mountains.
Yeah. For real. Yeah, there's no money, man.
Maybe they've been banned to a certain area. Like, do you
you guys can only occupy this this location? I don't know, but again, that was a date that wasn't necessary. They could have done that date on the terrace.
Definitely
giving them a picnic. Like, it wasn't that great.
Anton and Georgia H have a chat about yesterday, and she brings her crystals. And she says, when you're holding the crystal, you should talk. You are allowed to talk, like a talking stick, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But she's made it crystals. I was irritated from the jump, obviously. Georgia H saying, I'm sorry. She said that she's sorry that they butted heads. She got frustrated because, Anton turned her back on her and was talking more to the boys. Like she felt that he was shutting her down and that they weren't acting like a partnership. Anton then takes the crystal and he was saying, you know what, I'm sorry if you felt like turning my back on you. It wasn't that. I just thought that it wasn't fair that 3 new people will come into the villa and, you know what I mean, like pushing them out straight away. And also I don't like the fact that you threw me under the bus, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Like making it look like it was, my decision and mean be up for slaughter, really. Then she starts interrupting and I'm just like, baby girl, you're not holding the crystal.
Exactly. You're not holding the you play with the rules, and then you're breaking your own rules that you set with the crystal that you brought to the party. He should have switched. Anton's
he's too complacent. He is a wet wipe. I can't lie, he is a wet wipe. He's got very good eyelashes, but he is a wet wipe. And yeah, then she says, waiting for the crystal to respond. Like, bro, you've already responded.
I was literally like, Georgia, you don't like this guy.
You don't.
And the quicker we give up this facade, let's just all move on from it. Like, you're not on him.
No.
Really. I understand, though, that she also is like, I need to run with this. But I feel for her. Anton is a chief. Like, I actually feel for Georgia H that this is her only option.
I don't. You could go home, babe. You could go home. You don't have to be here.
They want to get to the final.
I know, but you don't have to. Seriously, if there's no one here for you, you could go home. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, I know she needs it. She needs it because she was flying economy back from.
Imagine telling somebody that it's flying economy for 14 hours. All he could do was look at you like, what? Casey is funny though.
So freaking funny. Sometimes she's so funny. But she did apologize to him. They squashed their beef together. They hug and they kiss it out. Toby and Georgia S have again another nothing conversation, just saying, I felt like it was a bit targeted. You know what I mean? Georgia S saying that she feels like she's immune to all the blows now, and it was just like, because we gravitate towards each other, blah 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 blah. Gravitate always. Do you know what I mean? So it was just a bit dry. I did see something a little bit random. Yeah, was there Georgia S's and Joanna's Boots ad where they're doing each other's hair? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. Has it come up for me?
And she's talking about, when I'm doing my natural hair.
This girl is something else, I'm just like, she's something
What's
else.
wrong with her? Like, you know what? I was just going through it in my mind, like, okay, why is this triggering me? Because I'm triggered because technically her hair is natural. It comes from her head. It's hers. But it's just like, what is your intention with
shading people
saying this word? Yeah,
she's shading people because although, I mean, unless her extensions are really good, I feel like Arabella's hair is hers. It looks
I haven't seen any who was it that said it the other day? Not clippings. What are those things? I can't remember what they're called. But I haven't seen her extension.
Yeah, she's being shady to the others. Definitely Molly has extensions. Like most people do at this moment in time. So she's just being shady.
Tape-ins, that's it. Thank you, Elia. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, unless it was done really well, but from what I could tell, Arabella doesn't look like she has it either. And we haven't heard her talk about her natural long hair.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? The comments under the video, people were saying that she met an Indian girl, as in saying her hair is not long. Oh, has she met an Indian girl? Okay, cool.
Yes. For real. Like, just shut up.
For real. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like you're emphasizing this in a way, like, I don't know. Because of TikTok, I've now get Georgia S clips from her other shows and what she's been in. So annoying. Keeping everyone saying not interested because I don't want this to continue. But like, she just seems she takes every opportunity to say something negative. Like she just is. Like, even when it seems like she's being positive, she's not. She just isn't. Like,
no, definitely.
I like her. So yeah. Where the villa is speculating what Molly and Tom are talking about. Casey's like, probably Tom moving on from me. Do you know what I mean? They have a little kiki about that. George H says they're so compatible. They come back from their date, tells everybody about it. Abacus starts pretend crying, and like Molly's like, oh, you're crying. Look, you crying. Do you know what I mean? And then Abacus is like, yeah, why don't I have this? Why doesn't this happen to me? Because of things like this. When this is Molly's moment, you've made it about her because of this. This is why.
Oh God, this woman.
She's a grown woman. She's 33, bro.
Like, she literally is the mum of the villa.
She is.
Because nobody don't treat her like that. They generally treat Molly like that. But
Yeah.
No, I mean, that was. I loosely watched that whole part. Just like, oh God, this is boring. Because also, what are you even telling people about your date? You sat in water. Don't actually take the piss out of them.
It's so nice. We're so compatible. It's just the same thing over and over again.
And Tom's a liar. Tom had better dates with Sammy. Where he said to her,
I thought that.
I'm like, what are you talking about, Tom? You and Sammy had iconic dates.
But you know what?
Amazing.
He did say the best first date ever. So I was just like, oh, maybe. I couldn't remember what their first date was, but I definitely remember them driving to that thing and like all the flat, like it was beautiful. Like that one definitely stands out for me, like him and Sammy for sure. But like, so I couldn't remember, if it was the first date. It was very particular about saying that. But yeah, Toby and Chris have a chat. Chris is just like, I don't understand why people picked her to leave. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was doing what she meant to do. We even had sexual chemistry between us. I don't know what people are talking about. Toby saying like, the kind of thing I was up against was that, people saying like Eve and Casey are getting on really well. Chris is like, are they?
Yeah.
Callum and Jess are getting on well. Are they? Chris was cracking me up at that point, and he's like, you know what, they have to be off the table because the twins are Sophie's best mates, and he felt that Joanna and him were deeper than those couples. And I'm just like, well, not really though. Not really, like, and he goes on to say that maybe if we could have been something, like maybe she will be able to see now that we could be something on the outside. And I'm just like, this guy is in a bubble. Like, your villa mates done you a favor because they could see that she wasn't interested in you. Do you know what I mean? And you still can't see it.
But remember, he had already slid into her DMs. So
yeah,
I believe him that he has genuinely fancied Joanna. I think that is a real thing, but he needed to see it in the context of the game. And she went on it. Like, you probably would have had a date on the outside as well. She ain't on it. Poor guy.
Just like how he was really into Sophie too, like, bro.
Andrew says Chris's downfall actually needs to be studied. I know. It's so, the dude could have won this,
How can someone with all that riz lose so much power?
He just dropped down from such a great height. It is such a shame. I blame Abacus.
Nah, you've got to take responsibility. He's got to take responsibility. That's him.
That was the wrong step. When he got with that chick, you know, there's always one that can.
No, he messed up with Molly. Oh my God. Sorry.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, for real. He did. He messed up with Molly, which created that chink for Abacus because he was already low. He did. He messed himself up, you know. He messed himself up. For real, Andrew, it does need to be studied because, man, he could have won.
Yeah. Yeah, he was right about Casey and Eve. He absolutely was. Oh my God. He just seen a spider outside my window.
Oh, but it's outside.
Yeah, I know, but big.
I had a friend that was outside of the window. He lasted like 2 months.
A friend? You know? Is that what you call them?
Yeah, when they're outside. You know, like the September ones that they don't seem to ever move. They just catch flies. Yeah, one of those. Yeah, I left him alone.
Okay, I'm going to have to.
Are you going to flip?
I can't. It's too high. It's actually too high. I wouldn't be able to do it safely.
Let it become a friend. Give it a name. Yeah.
It means I can never open this window now until it's dead.
My good grief.
But anyway, I digress. Casey and Eve have a chat. Oh my God. She's like, oh, you look mischievous. He's just like, you know what, babe? It takes me a little while to work out which one of the twins you are. And I have really bad attention to detail.
I don't know how she didn't get pissed at that, but because it probably didn't land for her, because I think don't say but no, come on. That's feisty, you know. You're in bed with this guy. Rude. You're actually in bed with this guy, and he's like, I'm not good with attention to detail. What
are you talking about? So rude. Yes. And then he goes straight to, doesn't he go straight to Tom? And he says that, I don't really think he's going well with Eve. What?
We just saved you to us, you know. We could have sent Eve home, and now you're ready to switch. He's a Joanna.
This is it. He's out of order. He's out of order, and he's just like, you know, maybe it's just convenience. Tom is like, we're not here for convenience, though, bro. Like, maybe it's just early
what days. Are you talking about? We had to save you and this chicken. Now you're talking about convenience,
bro. That's a lot. It's a lot. Callum and Anton were chatting about Jess, about him and Jess' relationship, and Callum was saying that he's really surprised it's going so well, you know, and Anton, you know, had to throw some shade at someone, so he was just like, you know what, no one's had an easier ride than Tom. You know, just like, this was left.
Hates him. He hates him. Tom is now his new person that he can't stand.
Honestly. And then Callum was just like, you know, one of the best things that's actually come out of this, that me and Molly are now friends. I hate the way they keep on emphasizing this. I just want them to get back together so badly. That would be like great. Oh my God, Gilda, thank you so much.
And Erin as well. Thank you. Yes, please hit the like button, because those are crazy numbers. There's over 100 of you in here and only 28 likes. Please, guys, we should at least be on 50, and then more people come in, and then the comment section is more jokes, and you know, it keeps us going as well. So please hit the like button.
Please. Thank you. So Chris is then again talking to Anton, George S, and he says, like, you know what, the outcome last night was really unjust. Fucking hell, mate. Relax. And George S was basically saying, like, it was literally 3 of us against the rest of them, and Anton was just not having it. He was just like, no, what you're saying is really harsh. That's not how it went down. And she was just like, well, it felt like that to me. I'm just saying it feels like it. Anton then tried to explain like what actually happened, and Georgia S was just like, well, it doesn't matter now, Anton, doesn't matter. And she kind of gets up and starts to leave, you know, Anton's saying, nah, that's really unfair. And then she's just like, oh, I'm sorry, but this is how but it's unfair to me also. What?
Girl's crazy. You can't argue with her, you know.
You can't. She's always kicking off. Is there a day where she doesn't kick off?
No. Because you can't, unless the conversation is going in Georgia S's way, she's going to beef you.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes with her. And she may walk off. But even when she was walking off, I was like, this isn't a big enough argument to be like, I'm off now. Like,
and where are you walking to? Also, Toby's not following you.
Exactly. And I was
That's
glad.
why she had to come back.
Yes. I was glad Toby just let them have their little tit-a-tate. Stay out of it.
This is it, man. It was just ridiculous. But Anton, you know, he stood 10 toes down. He's just like, nah, I'm not having that. I'm not having someone say something that's not right. Do you know what I mean? It's just really, really unfair. And then she starts saying like, you know, oh, you know, and just leaving at Anton. He was like, no, allow it. And I think also Georgia H was just like saying like, regardless of Anton's vote, you know, we would have still been outnumbered.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, exactly. Like, so it just doesn't. This is a nothing argument. And she was also saying the issue is about the twins and Casey being overly protected by the rest of the group.
Yeah.
And Chris was just like, yeah, I think that's bullshit. He just thinks it's really bullshit, but it's good to know. And Georgia H is just like, well, I thought you would have known that. Like, I thought it would have been obvious. Like, bro, he's just like, well, it's good to know now. We're all here for experience.
To be like you're in this kind of utopian, like, no, everybody's in here looking for love. It's stupid.
It is.
It's actually folly. And Georgia H was right. I think it's very obvious how the vote would go.
Yeah.
Like that's an obvious thing. Maybe Chris really didn't understand that he was in a chess game. Maybe that's why he's so pissed. Maybe it is.
To be fair, maybe he's distracted because he's so obsessive with something that he likes that he just doesn't. He's taken a long time to catch up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It could be that. I think he definitely was blinded by I really fancy Joanna. But I think Joanna knew. That's why Joanna was moving to Callum. Like, she spotted the game. Knew I need to go on that side.
She didn't really like him. And also he was licking his wounds from Sophie as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, bro, talk to someone.
Sophie too. Sophie too could have seen the play and is why she was like, no, Josh is. You've only got to be observant for a little while, and she is a bit like that. Like, you know, a bit quiet watching. Should be like, no, Chris is the weak link here. Josh is where I should go.
Yeah.
So maybe he just played it wrong.
I think he's just, and also as well, I think he needs like a more kind of like alt girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think like these like kind of ladies, and they're not for him. You need an alt girl that looks like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think Abby.
No, you know who would? No, Mal. You know Mal, the one that.
Yes. Mal. I swear her name was Abby in Toby's season, and Toby had a little dalliance with her, and then went back to Chloe again. I think she probably would have got on with Chris, but Mal, Abby. There isn't a lot to pick from, but any of those probably would have liked him. It's not. It's not any of those. It's not. It's definitely not Joanna. It's not Sophie. Yeah. It's definitely not Molly.
Yeah.
It's not the girls.
It's not the girl. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That the ones that you fancy, no. And I'm convinced their management teams tell them you have to date another Islander. Like that's it. So just DM them all, and he just done numbers game. Because the thing is, you're 33, bruv. What are you doing these young girls?
I know. I need to see them. It's like wait until you see them somewhere. No.
I mean, DM away, yeah. I don't think it's not even that for me, but like it's just that you're significantly older than them, and if they're not looking for an older guy, what? No, bro, it's a bit. You got to. Creepy. What are you bringing? What are you bringing? Like what can they be dazzled by? Because they're gonna have you're gonna have such competition from their age mates. Do you know what I mean?
He needs to move on, and I hope he learns from this.
Yes, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Chris keeps chasing baddies. Yeah,
and they're not. You're not their type.
They're not. Shayla, yes, I hope they get voted off to Georgia S and Toby. Yeah, they can go.
They are going to be next. It's a shame, but it's going to be them.
Like, yeah, oh yes.
Depending on how it works. I mean, even so, what was it? It was we were voting for our favorite couple.
Yeah,
they're probably gone.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we're getting there. Adam arrives in the villa, and the girls are in a flutter already. Abacus is just like, he's fit. Georgia S says, yeah, he is. Hey, Toji, how you doing? Toji saying hi on Instagram. Hey.
Georgia S typing in, it sounded pretty eager.
Thirsty, starving. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, you haven't just battled for a man. Like, what's wrong with you? Seriously.
Like, really sit down and let somebody else have a go at this guy. But
which is what Georgia H done. It was just like, Abacus, what you saying? Do you know what I mean? Like, she's looking out for her friend. Oh my God. And she was just like, yeah, he's fit. He's fit. She starts flirting with him straight away, saying, oh, you've got a very nice accent. Do you know what I mean? And he was like, oh, you're very posh. And her response was just like, compliments already. I didn't know that.
We're not a part of that society.
Being called posh, is that a compliment?
Yeah, we're not seeing it how they see it.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I'm learning something about these white spaces as they talk to each other. It's like, oh, okay. So, yeah. Long natural hair is a thing. Blue eyes is a thing. Talking posh is a thing. Interesting.
Georgia S then makes her statement. She's just like, it's so nice to have someone who's older. Yeah. And I'm just like, because that's what you said from the beginning, that ideally your ideal person is someone that's older. Do you know what I mean? That they want you, obsessed with you, and older than you as well. The boys are shook. Anton predicts that he probably will like Abacus, Molly, and Georgia H. Someone else said that he would like Georgia H as well. I can't remember. It was like, it didn't seem like it was like a group shot, but someone else did say it. Maybe Sophie was just like, maybe Sophie said it. So, but Sophie was part of that conversation that he would like her. Yeah.
I was thinking so, just visually, I was like, Abacus or Georgia H kind of look like they could be like his typings, really.
See, I can't see the connection between Abacus and Georgia H. I can't see it. They look so different to me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, usually there's a commonality. Like, I can see.
No, see, other than their height difference, if they were like the same height, they're a similar type of girl. It's like that mousy blondie type of hair. They're both.
Oh, you mean personality.
Yeah, like, so you could place them in a lineup together, but obviously production want Abacus to be humiliated again. Yeah. So yeah, she's still around for longer.
JW is like, I fear he's too old for Abacus. She likes him young.
He is. They're age mates. And I don't think he's going to be like, I'm just going stereotypically, he looks like somebody that is going to have his wits about him.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think he's going to be like, she ain't going to be able to boss him about and stuff. I was like, I don't think he's that guy. I don't even think he intentionally picked her. Like, really.
No. I think it was producers again. I honestly do. Yeah, seriously. El Van Eaton say they have their own version of colorism.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I know redheads. It's not great for them.
It's like blonde hair. Like, they do. They have all of their isms. It's just when we get to watch them a little bit more, we see it playing out. And obviously, natural hair is a thing.
I think this is Georgia S, and I think there's probably a girl out there, probably a black girl out there that she's shaded, and she said something like this, and then keeps on saying it. I think she's triggering someone. She's triggering someone. So
Chanel
basically,
says he went for the safe bet. He looks like he would like Sophie.
Actually, yeah.
Also could be, but are you going to go up against King Josh?
Nah, not this late. Not this late in the game.
Just stick with
Doesn't
Abacus,
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abacus does make it known that she's single. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He starts to then asks him what his type is, and he's talking about substance and having some sort of substance and stuff. Then a text comes through, and everyone has to gather at the fire pit. This is where it was said. Yeah. So as they're walking across, someone said it looks like they think he's going to make a beeline for Georgia H. And then I think Sophie says that they would make a good match. So I was just like, oh, okay, what is it? Like, did they have flirty eyes or what's going on? Do you know what I mean? And I also, the other side note that I was thinking was that, you have to make yourself up every single night, without fail, because you could be going home. Like, you just have no idea that could be your going outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look and stuff. So yeah, I was just looking at that. But I did like Georgia H's lipstick and stuff. I thought that was really
nice. I like her look at this. Yeah, she seems to, I don't know, I feel like she's changed her makeup a bit.
Okay,
but I like it. She's looking better. Before she wasn't looking too well put together, but she's definitely looking better. I feel like she's a better catch than Abacus actually as well. Yeah,
I think she would be she would be more conforming woman than Abacus, if that's what you want. Like, do you know what I mean? If you want to, like, she's a free spirit, but like Abacus is a man eater. Like, do you know what I mean? So if you like, you have to be a certain type of man that likes that type of woman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Adam basically has to make a decision and steal someone's girl. At this point, and actually, from when he entered, I thought Chris is going home. To be fair, I actually did. I thought he was going home. He does his speech. He says, like, you know what, just going on the vibe of tonight. Like, I feel like I can have a connection with this person. I think I'm the type of guy that she's looking for. And he chooses Abacus. Do you know what I mean? And he did say, like, thank God you're not taller than me. I was just like, bro.
And when he said that, that's when I was like, that's not your natural. You wouldn't have gone for her.
Exactly.
Because those things are immediate sightline things. So that she's on the edge of, she's close to my height.
Yeah.
She probably wouldn't be a natural person that you would even gravitate towards.
Yeah.
Because you have a height prop. You want a woman shorter than you. So you're not even going to look at her. I was totally like, either Chris or Anton is going. Yeah. And obviously because I wanted it to be Anton, because I wanted Chris to stay in there longer to find him.
Okay.
But yeah, it was between those two. But I think within the week, he is going to make a play for Georgia H.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's happening.
And she'll probably go for it. I think.
Do you want him or Anton? Although I don't think he's good looking in the slightest, I'm still picking him over Anton.
Yeah, definitely. Arabatti, Andrew.
Arabella got the last laugh. She did. She has won, and I hate it.
I'm not a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of this show anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Chris needed to go though as well. He did.
Chris, he did need to go. I knew he was going. I just knew. Yeah. Like, what the hell, man? Like, you've thrown your toys out the pram. You've done a massive tantrum, where actually your island, you can't see the bright side of it, is that these people have saved you because they like you. Do you know what I mean? That actually you're not recognizing the positivity in it. And it's so, nah, man, need to sit down and talk to someone, man. So then that was the end of the episode, and then now we have, yesterday had to vote for the favorite couple, but Abacus and Adam are exempt from the vote. So producer's favorite, she must be produced. Maybe I don't want to say that.
No, they want to humiliate her longer, so she's got one more punishment.
One
more humiliation that they will put her through. That's going to happen. But yeah, so at least she rides again. I did vote.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I voted for Sophie.
Yes.
I voted for Sophie.
Okay. Sophie's just so annoying, man. That she's with Josh. Like, it's so annoying. She could have been, but Chris is annoying. That's the thing. He must be.
She's playing the game, innit? She picked the king. So
yeah,
I gotta be like, it's cool. So, and I doubt they're gonna last on the outside. So she can ride through for as long as she can.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly behind her.
And you know what? Yeah. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind the idea of like the twins coming in and with Sophie and dominating the villa. Like, I don't mind that idea. Yeah. I like the switch. I like like that.
Yeah, that is probably what's going to take place. That final week is going to be them.
Mm-hmm.
Really, unless Eve is the weak link. Eve is going home soon.
Yeah, why is Eve the weak link, guys? Like, why? What is it?
It's just a bit dim.
But
twins are never the same. There's always one that is like the dominant twin, and I think that's Jess.
What have you seen from Jess? Yeah, that sets her apart from her sister.
She laughs less, and I don't think Callum could have said to Jess, "I can't tell the difference between you and your sister."
But that's them. That's okay.
That wouldn't have been a more in-depth conversation as to how ludicrous it is to say that with somebody that you're sleeping next to. I think Jess would have had a bit more about her, but all Eve did was be like, we don't wear the same things. And it was just like, dude, you can go. This is why I don't like you.
Oh, man. Imagine, that is such a dilemma, man. Your twin is marginally
Eve doesn't have as much personality as her sis.
Shantae
being a twin is her complete personality. Oh, Shantae. I agree.
Oh, mate. Maybe she's just like a slow burn.
No, please. Not that again.
Oh.
KW said it's true. I know identical twin sisters. One is a lawyer, married with kids. The other does drugs. Sometimes it's like that.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, God. Yeah, Eve can go. Eve is the weak link.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're the same. I don't see that much difference, but maybe it's like tiny thingies and stuff. And then also as well, I do think like Callum and Casey are two different people. So like what you're going to get back from Casey is going to be different from Callum anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think like
yeah.
Casey is
no one else in there unless somehow Adam likes her. I don't know, but I don't see him playing that way. I don't think he's going to play with the twins. But
did you think that? Sorry to cut you there. But did you think that Molly had history with I don't know whether they was trying to lead us to believe that Molly has history with Adam, because like when he was announced, she asked about, is he Irish? I don't know if you caught that, but she's like, is he Irish?
I thought that was just about the accent.
It was just before though. They hadn't actually like he just came in. So I don't know. I was just like, is there something there? I don't know. But
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if there was, because they all seem to play in the same pool. So maybe. But yeah, I think Molly and Tom are riding to first or second place. I think it's going to be those two. I don't think there'll be any disruptions.
Okay. Yeah, I can see them winning. Who do you think is going to
go? Georgia S and Toby.
Oh, she heard his voice. Okay. I thought she was trying to figure out, do I know him?
No, I think that's from when he was like, is there any more room for me? That she was like, is that Irish? But yeah. Georgia S and Toby. I can't see many people voting for those two as a favorite. They're definitely going to be in the bottom. Anyway.
You don't think the guys are going to vote for Toby? Because like we did see a surge for like when Ty was in.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Not enough to not be in the bottom that either the Islanders are going to pick you to go. I think Toby, let's say it's two bottoms, yeah? Toby and Georgia S and Anton and Georgia H. I feel like the Islanders are going to save Anton and Georgia H over Toby. Who would you say?
Hey, Posh Lady Terry on Instagram. Hey. Oh, I don't know. Ebenezer, what?
Toby is 5'8" out of order. That's my height. Toby ain't tall.
Do you know how much shade there is in that comment? Wow. I don't know who. I don't know. I think strategically it makes sense for Toby and Georgia S to go. I think so. In that, I would probably pick Georgia H. However, I'm just thinking who was going to root for them. People don't really like Toby and people don't really like Georgia S. So, yeah, it might be hard. It might be hard. Yeah, Shantae May. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Toby tied himself to a grenade. He did. Like, they're going to go. The house isn't going to save them. So they're probably off on Sunday. And I think he would know that from when you're going through who's been going, Kaz going, Chris going. You know, I'm next now.
I don't. I actually think. I think the twin couples are going to go. I think it's going to be between Casey and Eve and Callum and Jess.
So maybe they'll do it. You know, when it's like the Savage last, the last one that from the public they go, and then the next two are going to be determined through the guys, and then the next two would probably be Anton and Georgia H and Eve and Casey.
I don't think Anton and Georgia H are going to be in the bottom though. Why do you think they're going to be?
I don't know if they've got enough of a fan base to keep them.
But who are they competing against? They're competing against Sophie and Josh. I think they're safe. I think Molly and Tom are safe. Then I think it's Georgia and H are safe. Like I think those are the top three, like strongest couples, and people.
So then the bottom three. No, but people love Callum.
I don't know.
So you think the bottom three are going to be Callum, Jess,
Casey, Eve,
and Toby. Okay.
And S. Like I don't know if it's guaranteed that Georgia H and Anton are going to be in the. But I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I throw them in. I throw those lot in. I don't know if people like Georgia H enough or Anton, but I think people do like Callum. Like people are rooting for Callum and Molly to get.
Okay, so Callum and Molly, yes. So I think thingy, but even Casey, nah, I can't see it.
So what are people saying? Yeah, Callum stands are like Scott last year. They love him. It's like. What does Callum do? I mean, he had 1-2 good shows.
No, really. Callum's all right, man.
I know you've always been rooting for Callum. I just don't see it. He's still a bit of a sap to me.
So what's the difference between Callum and Kai, please? What's the difference?
Callum and Kai?
Yeah.
Kai.
Kai from, isn't his name Kai? Yeah.
Yeah, his name was Kai. No, okay, out of them, all right. Out of them,
they're the same.
Callum is actually better than Kai.
Thank you.
Why I liked Kai though was because he was stood up. And he stood up to Olivia, and he had found himself a Trini girl. That's why I liked him. That's it. It wasn't for his personality. It was as dry as a cracker. But... Seriously,
Callum's all right, man. He's sweet. So actually, I don't want Callum to be in the bottom. I'm fine with Callum staying, and no difference.
I know, but I would only switch to liking Callum if Callum had made a play for Sophie. That's literally my line.
Sophie's not on that.
I know. He wouldn't have like Sophie likes what she likes. I know. It's sad. Yeah.
But I agree with you, KW. If Sophie and Callum, they'll easily win. Easily support them. 100%.
Yeah,
but yeah. 60.
They would be my winners if it was Sophie and Callum. They would. At this moment, is Callum mixed?
I think people are saying that he's mixed with Bangladeshi.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was the last one somebody said, isn't it? Yeah, he's tan, same as Toby. Actually, I was looking at Toby and I was like, Toby has got a very, like, this suits him.
I can't lie, it does. Yeah, he looks better.
Suits him being darker, definitely.
Yeah.
But they're all getting very good tans.
Well, now they are, because at one point, I need to see if Josh is again, but like Molly was looking very red. It was looking very red.
And Anton, have you seen he's been in a t-shirt most of the days?
Oh, is it?
He was too burnt. So
funny.
Yeah. I noticed that with Josh as well, just being a bit out of the sun because it was attacking them.
Yeah. But
we had gone through it. He isn't white. I think it was quite a few people came back and said he was mixed with Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
As a starter throw.
I hope so too. I hope Rochelle comes in, and that's the thing. I'm just like, let Josh play in her face. Like, do you know who her family is?
Jeffrey, oh my God, South Africa. Maybe Rochelle would.
It would be cool if she did. It's fine.
That would be nice if it was Rochelle and her mum.
Yeah.
No, but she has other. Maybe it would be the other sisters and her mum.
Oh yeah, true.
Because obviously it's like Rochelle is a newer family.
Yes, yeah.
So.
It's so mad though, man. That whole situation is just crazy, isn't it?
And their voices being the same, and they weren't up to get is.
And they look alike. It's just the dad is just like, that's mine.
He can't deny any of his kids.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, guys. I think that's looks like Pete Davidson. He just likes boys. He gives Ebenezer. He gives me like he's trying to be Russell Brand type character.
Yeah. Russell Brand, when he first started doing Big Brother's Little Brother, name something else. That is Chris. Chris could do that actually. I feel like Chris could actually do that gig.
But it's worrying because those people always tend to have like problems. Do you know what I mean?
Showbiz.
Shoreditch white guy.
Yeah, he is a classic Shoreditch white. He really is.
He's so Shoreditch house white guy. That
is him. That is literally Chris. Yeah, you see it. He so is. Eventually he'll probably develop and his hair will get longer and stuff as well. Like, he's gonna go through that phase. Look a little bit more like Jesus. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is, It's very familiar. Because as you're saying Shoreditch, I place him more Camden. Shoreditch has moved into a different area, but as I was brought up in Camden, I think I know people like Chris. So I get him.
Ooh. Shayla's asking.
Celeb Big Brother is coming next month. Are you guys covering it? Ekin-Su is going to be part of the cast. Cannot wait. Interesting. Yeah, we probably will.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ekin was gonna. People were saying that Chloe is gonna be in Celeb Big Brother.
I'm hearing that too. I hope so. If she doesn't come in this last week, then yeah, I really hope so.
She's definitely not coming in. She has said that. I watched, and she seems to really not want to talk about Toby. She has a new pod out with Hannah. I couldn't watch all of it because Hannah's voice is grating. And so is Chloe's, and it was too much blonde. But I was skipping and listening to parts. But yeah, she's absolutely not going in, and she skipped over talking about Toby as well.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Joey. Yeah. Okay.
Joey Essex. Okay. Cool. We'll definitely. We're gonna cover it. We've decided we are gonna cover it. Like we're going to cover Love is Blind, which is coming out this Wednesday, but we'll figure out exactly when we're going to actually do the cover. We'll watch it, but figure out when we're actually going to do our review. And the stuff. What else are we doing? God, there's so much stuff, guys. We're have you guys watched our latest episode? If you haven't, please go and watch it, please. You know, and if it's too long and you can't watch it, just like it and leave a comment anyway.
Yeah.
Just send us some love.
Watch 10 minutes and it's chaptered.
Yeah.
I've been really getting into adding chapters, and I've been meaning to do that with our lives as well, as adding chapters to it. So if a chapter title tickles your fancy, then click on that, watch that, and then leave us a comment and a like.
Yeah.
It all makes a difference.
Seriously. And thank you, Shayla. Thank you, Jordan, for our super chats. Thank you so much. We love you guys. We love all of you anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, like, I don't have favorites.
I always do, but you know, I can have a club.
You can have a club of favorites.
We can have a club of favorites. Oh, Candice, you watched. Amazing. Seriously, yeah, Kevin is amazing. He's such a good guy. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting us and all the positive comments as well you send our way. Honestly, it means a lot. Just taking the time out is just amazing, and we couldn't do this without you, so appreciate it. We are back on Monday, and actually we have a guest. Hi, Jordan. Don't worry, you can be my favorite too. We have what do you call it? Yeah, we have a guest on Monday. We have Cam from Tropical Juice is going to be joining us on our live, and we're going to review the show with him. And we have another guest coming up, but I'll wait a few days. Let's wait for a little minute before we really reveal the next one. But yeah, that should be cool on Monday. So join us at 12 on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys. I hope it is very good to you. All right.
Yes.
See you later. Follow us, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. Bye.